Start here, Blue.
Officials for this game have been licensed and designed by the International Ice Hockey Federation. The referees of the game are
It is quarterfinal Thursday here at...
And the starting six heroes of the Czech Republic. Number 33, a goalkeeper, Pavel Fausu. Defense, number 3, Arko Buras, and 8, Libor Sulak. Forwards, Mikhail Repik, 12, Arek Faksa, and 10, Roman Shavenka. And the starting six heroes of Team USA. Number 1 and goalkeeper, Keith Kincaid. Defense, number 4, Will Butcher, and 5, Connor Murphy. Forwards, number 12, Alex Debregan, 36, Colin White, and 88, Patrick Kane.
Welcome inside at Yuska Bank Boxing Arena. It is quarterfinal Thursday here on TSN in our first matchup. The United States and Colin White taking on David Pasternak and the Czech Republic. The Czech Republic, no medals since way back in 2012. Last year, the United States finishing off the podium as well, a 5th place finish as Bravo Franzus gets the start in net. Great record, 3 wins, no losses, 1 shutout at a .221 goals against average. Patrick Kane, dynamite on offense, already setting the record in 1 tournament for points by an American player. He's got 6 goals, 11 assists, 17 points, tied with Sebastian Aho. And for the Czech Republic, obviously, Krejci, Pasternak. Offensively, Mike Johnson, 2 players to watch in this game.
Well, the team has been completely different since those 2 showed up from Boston. They've been the leaders already, and they're the one line that the Americans will have to control to win this game.
And Colin White, 21 games with the Ottawa Senators this year, now centering the top line as White goes to work in the far corner. White, the Brinkat, in front, right in the slot, and the Czechs able to clear as Kane was upended. Weak shot on Franzus, and he steers it to Libor Sulak, who works it up ice. Repik loses that into Brinkat. Moves it up, and the chip and chase is on. So, big responsibility now for the youngster and Colin White centering this top line, Mike.
A little bit of pressure there, especially when you're playing with Patrick Kane, and he can be very demanding where he wants the puck and how he wants it played. But Patrick Kane actually went out and requested, talked to Coach Jeff Blashill and said, you know what, I'd like to play with Colin White. So he's got the endorsement of his #1 winger.
As lead off the boards, drives it up ice. Kreider speeding in, far circle, he's taken down.
He had him there if he didn't get the toe pick. I think he just fell himself, but he was flying and is going to go right around Moravcic.
As McAvoy back to pick it up, and what a tournament. Already 8 points in the tournament. He's only played in 3 games. Gold at the World Juniors, gold at the U18s, and now chasing gold at the World Hockey Championship. McAvoy played in an NHL playoff game before he played a regular season game. Pretty rare for a young guy. Jensen is back, and got to watch out for number 18. Kubalik leads the Czechs in scoring. As Johnny Gaudreau tracking towards the net. Atkinson couldn't find him, so he slides it along the boards. Bonino works it down low, in front, shot off the bar. Early chance for the United States, and these new lines, they're clicking early as Atkinson, who's had a real strong tournament offensively, rings iron. What do you make of all the lineup juggling, Mike?
Well, they're trying to find an answer. Some of it's specific to the Czech Republic. Some of it's got to do with the American roster in general, but I think a lot of it is they want Dylan Larkin, Kreider, and Lee to play against Pasternak, Krejci, and Yashkin as much as possible. The Americans are the home team because they finished second to the Czechs third. That's a matchup they'll be looking for.
Long shot and in the glove of Pavel Francouz in his 5th men's world championship, and with injuries, a chance for a guy like Thompson to get some more ice time.
Yeah, and trying to get off to a good start. One of the new lines, 3 guys who played college in the Boston area, 2 Eagles from Boston College, 1 Terrier off the head of Francouz, off the bar. Look at this, awkward looking save early on from Francouz on Cam Atkinson, who, you're right, had a really nice tournament with the goals, but I think there's still more to his game that he can bring 5-on-5.
Hronek behind his own net for the Czech Republic. When the 2 Davids came over, it was the Davids versus Russia in the other group in Copenhagen. They were fabulous off the plane in a big win in beating Russia for the Czech Republic. So watch Krejci and Pasternak to deliver the mail here offensively. And remember, Kubalik, 3 goals, 5 assists, and 8 points as well. So key offensive guys to watch for the Czech Republic. Lorbachik behind his own net as both teams changing up ahead.
Here comes Krejci, here comes Larkin.
Krejci over the blue line as he drives in behind the goal line. Dylan Larkin, young player from the Detroit Red Wings. Shot off a stick and out of play as Dylan Larkin, that open ice, a fun player to watch. He's got 3 goals, 5 assists, and 8 points, and a player down and maybe leaking some blood. That's Yashkin, who's really enjoyed a lot of time on the top line playing with the Davids.
Bleeding right from his eye as Martinez battling in front. Oh my goodness, Connor Murphy got away with one there. Accidental high stick underneath the visor, right into the corner by the eye. He was bleeding. That should be a 4-minute. Look at that. That is scary. He doesn't seem to be panicked by it. More just wants to stop the bleeding so he can get back out there. But that is too close for comfort for Dmitry Yashkin. And a big break for the Americans, who should be killing off a 4-minute minor right now.
Off the draw, Czechs control. Kubalik slides it around the net as Jordan, the defenseman, grabs it behind the goal line. Back up to Jordan. Shot a weak one, didn't find the net. It's spelled Michael Jordan, but it is the defenseman Jordan, as that's gloved down by Keith Kincaid in his 2nd World Championship.
What a year it's been for Keith Kincaid, in that he's supposed to be the backup to Corey Schneider. He outplayed Schneider down the stretch. He was the go-to guy driving the Devils to the playoffs in a surprise turn of events. And then he gets to the World Championships, and you're not sure who's going to be the starter. And he's taken the ball and run with it just like he did in the regular season, as we get another look at that nasty-looking welt under the eye of Yashkin. But Kincaid just takes all the doubters, all the questions, and keeps channeling it into more good performances on the ice.
Another Devil, Butcher takes the pass, drops it off, and it's fired in by Connor Murphy. Repik on the near wall, chips it into neutral ice and into the American zone. As Cervenka, the captain, leaves it. Faxka in front, shot. And a weak one didn't get through as the captain, Patrick Kane, picks it up for the United States. And what a resume. 3 Stanley Cups, Conn Smythe, and maybe the icing on the cake, a stop at Dreger Cafe finally. So pretty exciting for Patrick Kane.
Well, no resume is complete without a visit to the Dreger Cafe.
We didn't get the invite yet.
Well, we had our own party going in Copenhagen. Radko Gudas is a player everybody on the American team will know well from his time in the NHL. He's one of the few players left that you need to know when he's on the ice. You have to pay attention when he's out there, the way he finishes, the borderline hits he can occasionally have. To protect yourself, you got to be aware when 3's on the ice.
Exciting young player for the Czechs out in Nečas. One of many exciting Carolina prospects in this tournament. And we'll see a few more with Finland later on in our 2nd quarterfinal. As the chip and chase is on, and Hustle into the far wall as Pionk lost it. Swinging at it is Tomasz Hajka. As Pionk, turnover, far circle, shot, and good stop by Keith Kincaid. Off the turnover to his right. Johnny Gaudreau with speed through neutral ice. Here's Johnny, waiting, hits the trailer. Benito fires right on Franzus, makes the stop. Swung up ahead, and Quinn Hughes, who will likely be a first-round draft pick, maybe top 10 at this year's draft in Dallas, just saw his brother Jack, as an underager, lead the U18, the American team, in points in that tournament. First underager to do so since Connor McDavid in Sochi back in 2013. The Americans settling for silver in Russia at those U18s. McCannis fires, stopped by Kincaid. As the Czechs, some offensive zone pressure. There's Posadik. Hedl. Hedl loses the puck at the far wall, and the Americans chip and chase as they change behind the play. Chip behind Franzus into the near corner. And flip back into the American zone, and McAvoy's back. McAvoy, stretch pass, picked up, and here's David Krejci, head up. Krejci waits, drag move, and Martinez able to break that up. Alec Martinez then loses his stick, but gets some help from Dylan Larkin. Larkin over the blue line. He'll drive it behind the net. Anders Lee, who had 40 goals for the Islanders this year. What a season for the big man.
Quietest 40-goal scorer in the league for sure. Does all his damage right around the front of the net.
Larkin out to the point. Shot off a stick into the near corner. Lee back to work. Pass Sulak. The give and go. Backhand drive Franzus. Able to steer that aside as Lee was driving towards the net. Dylan Larkin. Martinez in front. Bouncing puck redirected and just wide of net as McAvoy, always dangerous offensively. He was breaking into the play.
That's why you want Larkin out there against Krejci. Make them play in their own end where they can't hurt you.
Pasternak off his stick, out of play. Good pace early in our first quarterfinal. Welcome back inside Yuska Bank Boxing Arena. Opened up in 2010, a Lady Gaga concert, the first ever event here. In a Royal Arena Copenhagen, it was Metallica. So two pretty good artists opening up their respective buildings. Alex DeBrincat picks that up and sends it up ice. Colin White through the slot to Kane. Up to the top, shot. No problem for Franzus. Chip down low for Colin White. Kane driving, centering pass, broken up as Faksa got in the way. Horvacek behind his own net. Kane back on it as he chips it down low. Play behind Franzus. Long pass up ahead, and that's right on Keith Kincaid, who decides to cover up. You mentioned him with the Devils, a career-high 41 games for the Devils this year in his second World Championship. As we look at the head coach of the United States, Jeff Blashill, second year coaching at the Worlds. And interesting story, one of his assistants, Seth Appert, who coached the United States at the U18s in Chelyabinsk and Magnitogorsk, stayed over in Europe, so he's been here for about 34 days and continuing to hone his craft behind the bench.
Are you talking about yourself or are you talking about the assistant coach?
That is the assistant coach, Seth Appert.
Okay.
Ran into him yesterday in Herning, had a good catch up, and we were reminiscing about that finish to the gold medal game, Finland-USA at the U18s, and just not to be. Here's Larkin for the United States. Kreider with him. Centering pass off a skate. Kreider battling in front of the net. McAvoy up to Martinez. Puck bouncing into the far wall. Kreider continued to battle and loses it behind the net. Up for David Pastrnak. He's taken down by Martinez. And play whistle down. Tripping in our first power play of the hockey game.
The kind of pressure that David Pastrnak can put on you as a defender. How about this pull? Martinez thinks he's got good an angle, and he pulls it on his backhand through his legs to the center of the ice. And that is not a dive. I don't think, Alec, that's a trip. He'll go to the box, and Czechs will go to the power play. They've been pretty effective, 22% on the tournament, 6 goals in 7 games, but when you have Krejci and Pastrnak out there, they're always scary.
The 8th ranked power play in the tournament, 6 for 27, and the Czechs an early chance to go to work. Below the goal line, in front, and Gaskin. Far circle was looking for the one-time shot, and it's dumped down the ice. The American power play, Mike, unreal production. 14 power play goals coming into today. No other nation with 10. Pastrnak. Netchas drops it up. Back up to the point. Kubalik. Kubalik fires and whistles that wide. Leading point getter for the Czech Republic with that shot, but he missed the mark. Hronek. David Krejci, near circle, waiting. Sends it across, bouncing puck, and Gaskin was in front, couldn't tip it. Hronek wanting a shot, Kincaid the stop. David Pastrnak tried to flip it, picked off, and a nice backhand by Nick Medino in the United States with a full change.
Good kill so far, keeping the Czechs to the outside, not letting too many seam passes through, which is really what Krejci likes the most.
Haika gives and goes as Haika drives towards the net. Back pass from Fraxa. Comes out of the zone, and look out, Larkin in, short-handed. Larkin tries to go to the forehand, backhand, stopped by Franzus, and Sulak able to pick it up as he was racing back the speed of Dylan Larkin. And a close, short-handed opportunity. 31 seconds to go in the man advantage as Cervenka tried to get it in deep, unsuccessful, and fired down the ice. The Americans another change with Sulak back to pick it up. 24-year-old Libor Sulak, AHL contract with Grand Rapids, 2 games this year, most of his play in Europe. As the Czechs get it in deep, Colin White picks it up, and White clears his own. White, by the way, the golden goal at the U18s for the United States in Zug back in 2015. His teammate, Austin Matthews. That was a great tournament, taking on Aho, Laine, Puljujärvi, as Patrick Kane goes to work. Shot, scores! Patrick Kane opens the scoring. 1-0 USA as his torrid tournament continues.
Patrick Kane showing the full arsenal. Biding his time, playing on his off wing, supports the puck in the middle. It's just a one-on-one. He puts it underneath the triangle of Polishek, and he's gone. And then realizing that Polishek's going to close on him, slows down a little bit, creates an angle enough to get his puck back into the middle of the ice and back under the same triangle that he attacked to get around him. Far side, Francouz sliding left, puck going right. And sometimes the offensive player is just too good, and that is Patrick Kane against Polishek.
He is now your tournament scoring leader, his 7th goal, 18 points as he moves by Sebastian Aho. We'll see Aho later on this evening. Aho setting a tournament record in one tournament for points as well for Finland, so a lot of offense in this tournament as Lee was chasing after it. And Lee, as we look at Patrick Kane, Lee, an interesting story out of Notre Dame.
Let's take one more look at the goal. With Patrick Kane And this is a matchup problem because it's coming after a power play, so some of the Czech defenders are a little bit tired. You have the best player on the American team against the 7th defenseman one-on-one, and that is just a brilliant individual effort. Sometimes that's all you can do. Put your hands on your head. Say, that guy's good. And the best part about Patrick Kane is he's tiny. He's not a heavy player. He's not a big guy. You don't think that he can shoot the puck that well? You're wrong. He has a world-class shot that can beat a goalie from 30, 40 feet like he just did on Francouz.
Giving the Americans a 1-0 lead through the midway point of this first period, our first quarterfinal. As Larkin skates by it, Gaskin driving in. Knocked off his stick, Gaskin. Backhand, wanted Pasternak right by him, up to the point and kept in. Gaskin in front. Kicked aside as the Czechs continue to control. Swung in behind the goal line, McAvoy. Battling Pasternak, lead. Far corner, bumps his man and finally cleared out of the zone. As Kreider was looking to step in, can't. Pasternak in the slot area, knocked off his stick. As Krejci will settle it down, he drops it back and the Czechs go for a change, as do the Americans. Netchas moving up ice, and Netchas just a step offside. As the United States leading 1-0. Welcome back to Herning, city of about 50,000 people. Mike and I took the train from Copenhagen, about 3.5-hour train. Nice to see some of the country as we traveled west.
It's tough to see it behind your sleeping mask that you were wearing for the bulk of the ride.
Sleep when you can get it.
Absolutely.
Eat when you can. And call hockey. It's been an awesome run here in Europe as Netchas. Aika drop. Tried to get it to his forehand, and he's dropped off the puck as Johnny Gaudreau wheels up, and he's driving in. Gaudreau puts on the brakes. Bonino in front, backhand, scores! What a passing play, and what a goal. Cam Atkinson, 2-0, United States.
And I guess the new lines are working out okay. You see the kind of chemistry created. Johnny Gaudreau, one of the very best in the world at gaining the blue line with full possession, even though he has to stop up pretty quickly. Good tight support from Nick Bonino, and Kubalik gets caught staring at the puck. He's got to be on the back check with Atkinson right to the net. Atkinson flies right by him while he's staring at Bonino, and Bonino puts it right on the tape. Francouz stuck standing still, posted in for Atkinson. And a quick 2-0 lead with the top two goal scorers, Kane and Atkinson, doing the damage.
Atkinson's 7th goal of the tournament. Colton Parenko, a power play goal, has made it 1-0 for Canada in their quarterfinal over Russia. And we saw that Russian team up close and personal, Mike. They are dynamic offensively, so a good start for Canada.
So does Colton Parenko. All he does is score goals for Canada. 6 goals in 14 World Championship games. Probably every one of them on a slap shot one-timer. He can bring the heat like he scored that one against Russia today.
Young picks up the puck, tries to drive it up for the United States. Colin White intercepts. And here's the captain, Patrick Kane. Nifty little backhand to Brinkat. The Chicago Blackhawk teammate, bouncing puck in front, Francouz. Little trouble with that as Colin White was driving to the net. What a rookie season for DeBrincat, trailing only Kane in points for Chicago this year, and he lit up the CHL. You talk about players not very big. Man, DeBrincat, he is fun to watch.
All he does is score goals in his sleep. 3 years in the OHL, 3 years with 50 or more goals.
Here's Kane over the blue line. Down low, shot, and that's turned aside as Will Butcher was driving in. Franzus able to close it down. Play continues behind the net. Controlled by the Czechs as Butcher swings at it. Czech player losing, and off to soccer as Repik kicks at it and then goes off to get a new stick. Physical play as Blake Coleman takes a couple bumps and Lee comes in. Lee drives the body, Coleman. Nice work, eventually the Czechs, and Skalinka works it up to Krejci. Krejci walks for the blue line, long shot swallowed up as Mikhail Morvachik let it go. Keith Kincaid to stop. Americans leading 2-9. Welcome back to Hennerning, home of the Hennerning Blue Fox, the hockey team here. They've won 16 Danish titles. They don't play in this building. They actually play in the practice facility that teams have been using. United States, under 6 minutes to go in this first period, face-off in their zone, controlled by the Czech. Shot, rebound in front, sprawling out is Kincaid. Puck driven behind the goal line. Gaskin races after it in the corner. Krejci taken down, gets back up. Krejci to the point. Long shot, hits the body in front. Goes to the far corner. Pasternak picks it up. Down low, in front, Gaskin. Battling with Martinez. Gaskin, Dylan Larkin in a puck battle, and Martinez collects it. Pasternak rubbed out near wall and eventually chipped down the ice as Lee continues to battle behind the play with Pasternak, and Lee's going to go off for a change. Netchas, speed over the blue line. Netchas fires, stopped by Kincaid. Boy, Netchas can really fly. First round pick of the Hurricanes on the ice. Has it again, behind the net. Back to the point. Ybor Sulak fires just wide. I think Kincaid just got a piece as Haika is on it behind the net. In the slot, weak shot, and this time Kincaid will cover up. The Czechs, pretty good pressure in the offensive zone.
Good opportunity, good battle for the Czech Republic. Clean win by Krejci down in front of the net. Dmitry Yaskin, who's been making a living, actually has this one go off the blocker of Kincaid and then off his backside and then just down to the side of the net. Yaskin understands what his role is with Krejci and Pasternak, and that's to get to the front of the net, clean up their mess, get in on the forecheck, be physical, and he has done all those things really well. And look at the Czech Republic, right back to Krejci's line for the offensive zone faceoff. They are going to ride this line as long as they can, trying to get back in this game.
United States, the home team in this hockey game, so answering is Strider, Larkin, and Lee. Bouncing puck goes into the Czech zone. Pasternak in his own zone. Up to Krejci. Krejci driving in. As Dylan Larkin comes away. McAvoy to Lee. He'll drop it off. Kreider. Swung to Larkin in the corner. He chips it behind the net. Kreider in front, shot high and misses the mark as McAvoy let the one-timer go, but missed the mark. Anders Lee chasing after Ratko Gudas. Lee and Gudas. Good scrap there on the far wall, and Igor Sulak picks up the puck behind his own net with under 4 minutes to go in this first period. Sulak in, shot. He was tied up by Colin White, who was coming on the back check. Here's Kane. Takes the pass, stick handling. Moves it in for White. White tries to drive it on net. Sulak picked it off over Kane's stick. And 2 Americans behind the net. Brinkett in front, wanted Kane. And that's broken up.
You got to be careful playing with Patrick Kane. He's so good, but to not force the puck to him when he's not open.
The Brinkett swings that to Jensen cross ice. Jensen continues to battle in the corner, and the Czechs come away with it. The Czech fans certainly loud in the building. They travel well. They have a good time. We see them before the games in the beer gardens.
What, 10 in the morning this morning? The Go Czech chants breaking out in downtown Herding.
They are all in, aren't they? Here's Cervenka with speed. Cervenka fires and no problem. Kincaid, the glove stop.
Patrick Kane has just been on a roll in this tournament from the get-go. Although this is his first non-power play goal, his previous 6 had all been with the man advantage. He beats him 5-on-5, as does Cam Atkinson. The guy's done a lot of his work on the power play. And you have high-end guys that you can spread out around your lineup, and it's a difficult matchup for the Czech Republic.
Kane a point in every game in this tournament, and now your tournament points leader as the Americans. Unreal.
Not even through 8 games.
And a chance to play in 2 more if successful here. Johnny Gaudreau. Back up to Butcher. Fires tipped and just wide as Ryan was in front looking for the tip. Ryan played CIS hockey for the U of A Golden Bears, a great career there. And of course for Claire Drake, a coach for many years and recently passed away. Our condolences to him and the families. Ryan gives and goes behind the net. Gaudreau, dangerous hands as he's stick handling. Johnny Gaudreau, near circle, still with the puck. Gaudreau.
Mikhail Jordan wants no part of Johnny Gaudreau in the corner there. He is just saying, you know what, I'm not even gonna try to check you. Just wait till you pass the puck to somebody else.
United States changing behind the play is Butcher. Threw it towards the net, picked off and all the way down the ice for a face-off in front of Pavel Franzus.
It's really been an ideal first period for the Americans, not so much for Josef Jandak. You see him talking to Vinny Prospel with his back turned. He works the forward end of the bench, long-time excellent NHLer. Now that's going down the other end. That's Yaroslav Spacek delivering the message to him as to what they need to do to start generating some better quality chances against Keith Kincaid.
Janusz will actually leave the Czech program, go to coach in Magnitogorsk in the KHL next season. Magnitogorsk and Chelyabinsk co-host cities of the Under-18 World Hockey Championships this year. And Magnitogorsk also home to Evgeny Malkin, a pretty good player that's one of the best in the NHL.
No doubt about that. We got some tired Czech defenders here. Jordan, Polashek. You win a face-off, Dylan Larkin, you got some ties that you can take advantage of their own end.
And they do win that draw. Back to the point, McAvoy. Kreider. Here's Lee. Lee will backhand it in behind the net. As McAvoy shrilling back to the blue line. He just steps out of the way. It's thrown towards the net, bouncing puck. And kept in. McAvoy fires, tipped, and just off the side of the bar as Franzus just got a piece. Anders Lee behind the net. Lee back up to the point. McAvoy, far circle. Shot whistled wide with Lee. He's a big body in front of the net, looking for a redirect or a rebound.
That's all because Polashek, Jordan stuck out there for 2 icing, had no pace to their game.
Stretched up, Pasternak fires, and he missed by about a foot. Cervenka. Slap pass in front. Cervenka wanted a back door, and it goes all the way to the far wall and into Czech Republic territory with 21 seconds to go in this first period. There's a pass, picked off. Kane coming back, looking for that rebound as Atkinson let it go. Butcher fires, tipped, and into the corner. Dying seconds of this first period. Atkinson and Kane, dynamic opening period for the United States. They were buzzing again. And that should do it. So a dream start for the captain, Kane and company, with a 2-0 advantage. Your intermission coming up shortly with Lord Eichen and Bob Airy.
Team USA 2, Team Czech Republic 0. And shots on goal, Team USA 12, Team Czech Republic 9.
Simply clever.
Følg med i BT og på BT.dk, når vi dækker ishockey-VM 2018. Vi holder dig opdateret døgnet rundt og giver dig selvfølgelig også masser af unikt indhold. Du får eksklusive interviews og portrætter af de store danske stjerner, spillernes egne historier direkte fra landsholdslejren og de vigtigste VM-nyheder. Kom helt tæt på ishockey-VM 2018, BT og på BT.dk. BT, med på isen fra start til slut.
And what about you? Yeah, show us what's in yours. And choose only the best that Czech lands offer. Go and simply follow your heart. Only this way will you find your own kingdom. Yeah, your kingdom. I know I was half
you know the conviction and determination I need every day. The years of training, pushing myself to be the strongest, the sharpest. My dedication to the game, to my teammates who are counting on me to deliver. The nerves of steel, the preparation and ritual before the adrenaline of the match. The responsibility of being my best every time, prepared to fight every shift on the ice. This is not just a sport. This is who I am.
guitar.
It's a guitar?
DJs don't play guitar. Piano. Tygo plays the piano. Go, go. Very old, King.
A little more.
Let's go, Cranker.
Welcome back to Hurling. And there's one of your goal scorers. Patrick Kane made it 1-0. Cam Atkinson also scoring in that first period. Shots 12-9 in favor of the United States. As Keith Kincaid, perfect. Never drafted. It makes you wonder, Mike Johnson, never drafted. You got to battle a great season this year with the Devils. Makes you a little more hungry.
Yeah. A lot of doubters along the way, knowing that you have to outplay the guys you're competing with, and he's done that a lot, especially this year, to really establish himself as a legitimate long-term NHL goaltender. And that first period went about as well as the U.S. could have hoped. The line combinations were terrific. This checking line of Dylan Larkin did a nice job against Krejci. Their two offensive stars in Atkinson and Kane continue to produce. And a comfortable and deserved 2-0 lead after the first.
Franzus behind his own net with Dylan Larkin speeding in. Turnover, and Larkin's on it behind the goal line.
Hand pass there from Anders Lee as he plucked that one around the glass. Larkin touched it, so face-off will go outside. And you looked at the ice time. Of course, Krejci, Pastrnak, Jaskin got a ton. And because of that, Jeff Blashill played this line on the ice right now. Larkin, Lee, and Kreider between 6 and 8 minutes between the three of them each, which is a lot for a forward, but their task was shutting down this #1 line. When they're out there, Larkin's line comes out there.
Here's McAvoy for the United States as he brings it over the blue line. McAvoy drops, directed towards the net, and that drive missed, comes to the near wall. And Anders Lee gets it deep for Larkin, who plays the body. McAvoy keeps it in on net, and it was Kreider tipping it just wide. Kreider swinging at it. Bouncing puck, gloved ahead. And here comes David Pastrnak. Drag move, hauled down as McAvoy tripped him up.
Boston Bruins practice right there, one-on-ones, Pastrnak and McAvoy.
And both having fantastic tournaments since coming over late. Here's Jaskin. Drops over the blue line. Ripping, fires right on, and Kincaid with the stop.
Somebody else on the Czech Republic has to try to get something going offensively to take a little pressure off of Krejci's line. And Josef Jandac, you saw him talking to Vinny Prospel, work at the bench right now, trying to find a way to get to the front of the net. 10 shots now on the game, but I don't know if Keith Kincaid has yet to make a difficult save. Everything is comfortable and clean and easy for him.
Morvachik starts it up. Chervenka goes behind the net, working on Will Butcher. Connor Murphy picks it up and chips it into Czech territory. Morvachik has it, and he starts it up ice. Faksa behind the goal line. Had it knocked off his stick. as it goes behind Kincaid. Butcher moving it up to the captain, knocked off his stick, another turnover. Fox had lost it. As the turnover is back and forth, Colin White set up by DeBrincat, that's broken up. Murphy over the blue line, and just a step offside.
Connor Murphy has represented the United States several times. His 5th World Championship, he won a gold at the World Juniors, and he's been leaned on to wear an assistant captain on his jersey from Jeff Blashill. That's a pretty nice sign of respect early on for Connor Murphy, who hasn't always had it easy since he arrived in Chicago in the Nick Jarmelson trade, as Cole Quenville sometimes can be tough to win over for new players.
His father also NHL defenseman. As the Czechs clear the zone, Young's back. Etchas wheeling after him. United States on the move. Centering pass in front, broken up. Atkinson waits, fires, gloved down by Franzus. With Bonino on the doorstep.
Good quick transition play from Pionk, skating his way out of his own end. Good outlet pass, and resulting with Cam Atkinson getting another shot in the slot area. The energy in American dressing room was pretty good. You see the chatter on the Czech bench, whether it's from Pasternak, whether it's from the coach. They're trying to will themselves to get emotionally invested in this game, and that's when they play their best. When things get a little agitated, a little chippy, the Czechs will probably find a way to bring that out into this one.
Thomas Plekanec over the blue line. Drives in near circle, lost it, and chips it behind the net for Hedl. As the Rangers first rounder back to Plekanec behind the net. Swung in front in the crease and cleared back to the far wall. Chipped back in by Slanika. Backdoor pass, Plekanec is in front, tried to bank it off Kincaid and in, and Kincaid not falling for it, and he covers up for a face-off as the NHL veteran looks up to the heavens.
He knows he missed this one. He's got to one-time this puck. Really nice look from Hedl through all the feet, getting Coleman. You got to shoot that right away. You got to one-touch that. It's right where he wants it. Now, he pulled a play off like this earlier in the tournament where he outweighted a goaltender, dumped it back out in front for an early, easy goal. And I think that was what was on his mind. But right here, perfect spot. He's got to push it to the net right away and try to catch Kincaid on his way across. And he knows. He knows.
From Montreal to Toronto and played in the playoffs this year. And you'd mentioned maybe he wants to go back to Montreal and continue his career if possible.
Yeah, he's been pretty clear about wanting to return. Waived his no trade to get to Toronto, and now will likely try to get back to Montreal, where he's played his entire career except for that little stretch at the end of this year with the Maple Leafs.
Face off to the right of Kincaid, controlled by the Americans, and moved up ice. Anders Lee ships it ahead. Dylan Larkin. Tough angle shot, stopped by Franzus as Larkin was looking short side. Bouncing puck to the far wall, Lee in pursuit. And back to the American zone as McAvoy has it. Our first quarterfinal here on TSN, the United States into the Czech zone. Finland, Switzerland will be our second game later on tonight. Colin White, far wall, up to the point. Slung down low. Dylan Larkin. Head up, all the way to the blue line. He chips it back in, and White slings it to the far wall. Martinez. Little backhand. White falls, chips it into the zone. DeBrincat. Not a big guy, but he plays big offensively, no doubt about that. 5'7", 165 to DeBrincat. That shot stopped by Keith Kincaid. A 4-1 record, 2 shutouts in this tournament, and obviously the #1 guy for the United States.
I think every country looking for a #1 guy to just settle things in. We've seen a whole bunch of countries kind of alternate back and forth looking for options, as Josef Jandac, Vinny Prospol are also looking for options, but it's just very difficult to beat goaltenders from 40 feet with wristers. Patrick Kane did it off a rush, but Keith Kincaid is being aggressive. He's out on top of his crease, and and he's making it look easy right now.
Cervenka and White lining up. Bounced up into White's face area. Play continues. Foxa behind the goal line. White is on it. Little backhand. Still in the corner. The Brinkat chopping at it. Pionk has his stick tied up as he took down Foxa. Foxa back up. And finally, play behind the American goal. As Kane chips into the Czech territory. Ratko Gudas. Watched by White. Gudas. Long pass up ahead.
And a change.
Foxa across. Repik fires, scores! Michael Repik pulls the Czechs within one.
Now there's a shot from Michael Repik, a right-handed shot. He can really one-time the puck. But Colin White changing on the left side of your screen. It's a bad change because now it's a clean 3-on-2. Nick Bonino can't get back in time. Kane and DeBrincat were caught off ice. And this is nicely done. Foxa all the way, the cross slot pass to Repik. That's how you score goals today. You can't beat a goalie without making a move, and Repik's got to get it up short side. Kincaid can't react in time, and Repik blisters it to cut the lead to 1. Little small error. White changing early. Bonino not quite ready on the bench. Just like that.
Goudreau to the point. Shot tipped in front. Rebound. Jesus reaches out. His best save of the game. Slung in front again. Goudreau there. And what an opportunity as Nick Bonino, Goudreau, and this line buzzing right after that goal. But Pavel Francouz, his best stop of the hockey game, and a much-needed save right after that Czech goal. Repik led the Czechs in Pyeongchang in scoring at the Olympics. Won a Memorial Cup with Vancouver back in 2007 with Don Hay, who recently coached Team Canada at the Under-18 World Hockey Championship in Russia. Here's Atkinson. Long flipping shot on Francouz, and he will hold it. And a big stop for the Czech Republic to keep his team within 1.
What a response that could have been for the U.S. right after Czech scored. Next shift, tip from Bonino, back door, it's wide open. He fans on the first one, which is when it was open. This one there, he takes it away from Atkinson. Atkinson's gonna shoot this in the empty net. Watch this last touch. Get out of there, Bonino, that's mine, says Cam Atkinson. Jeff Blashill showing his frustration.
Right in the slot, Kane fires. Oh, what a look, rebound, and that's whistled wide by Ryan. Patrick Kane nearly had his second of the game. What a look from the slot. Derek Ryan, far corner. Kept in and down low to Kane. Gudas takes a big bump behind the nets as Coleman roughed him up.
Love what Blashill's doing, though. Extra shift in the offensive zone for Patrick Kane. Get him more touches.
Backhand from the far boards. One-time shot didn't get through from Quinn Hughes. He's getting an opportunity. Not a lot of ice time in the first period, but the young 18-year-old, what a thrill to be playing in this Men's World Hockey Championship. Gold last year at the U18s, and look out, a chance. Hughes in, fires, and that's stopped by Francouz. Rebound in front. Bouncing puck, Kane is back on it. Man, is he hungry for that puck, and they keep it in. Larkin, backdoor tip, glove down. Pavel Francouz, a flurry of chances for the Americans as the Czechs pull within 1. Welcome back to Yuska Bank Boxing Arena. So it's hosted the men's and women's European Handball Championships, volleyball, swim meets, gymnastics, basketball. Not actually a hockey facility, but hosting the World Hockey Championship, Royal Arena in Copenhagen, and obviously Herning, our venue. Right off the draw, that shot by Atkinson, high and out of play.
Czechs got to clean up what they're doing on these defensive zone face-offs. We saw Patrick Kane just previously get a really good chance off a offensive zone face-off. The Czechs are flying by too easily. And Francouz having to make a few too many good saves, including this one on Coleman. That is a tough one-time touch. On that angle, to be as acute as it was, to pop that one short side into Francouz's glove was pretty well done for Blake Coleman.
Another face-off to the right, and Jordan pokes it to the far blue line, not out as it comes behind the goal line. Sent up ice, and there's Goudreau on it quickly. Flipped in for Atkinson. Bouncing puck, Atkinson in his skates. He continues to drive for it. Back up to the blue line. Backhand, and that misses the mark. Will Butcher was skating in. Benino to Butcher. They cycle in that near wall area. One-time shot. Didn't get through. Benino in the slot area. All the way across the ice and chipped in by Butcher. Behind the net. Atkinson.
He's dancing tonight.
Up to the point. Try to go back to him, and Cervenka swings at it all the way down the ice. Should be icing. And it's not.
He could not execute the really slow, but looked like I'm trying to skate fast quite well enough to negate that icing.
I would have been really good at that. Really good at that. So good it would have been natural. Here's Larkin. Neutral ice, moves it up ice. Anders Lee, head up, driving. Lee to the forehand, fires just through the crease with Kreider on the doorstep, but he couldn't get his stick down and pull the trigger. Approaching the midway point of the second period. Czechs have pulled within one. Pasternak, head up, cross ice. David Krejci couldn't accept that pass, and the Americans moving the other way. Nice job from Kreider. Got pretty good hops on the ice to get up high there.
He can jump, there's no doubt about that.
I thought Jumpman was Jordan for the Czechs.
He's got the famous YouTube clip of him jumping out of the pool. And explosive legs for Chris Kreider.
McAvoy starts it up for the United States. Up ice, long shot, misses the mark, comes to the near wall, and here's Jaskin. Jaskin fires it in. As Kincaid tried to settle it down, cannot. Pionk losing the battle far wall. Picked up by the USA. Jensen going in deep to the blue line. In front, right in the crease, and they're out of the danger zone, but not out as Patrick Kane. Him and Atkinson, they have been hungry in this hockey game. Pionk protecting the puck. Back up top. Shot off the skate into the corner. Kane's back on it. Kane, tournament point leader, drops it off. Pionk, little backhand. The Brinkat wanted Kane, missed him, and look out, the speed of Netchas. Pionk's got to hustle back. Netchas, cross pass, shot. Oh, glove stop. Backdoor, Kubalik with the look, but Keith Kincaid says, I got this.
Bailing out to Brinkat. Patrick Kane swung out to the center of the ice, wanted the puck on the rush. DeBrincat forced it to him. Netchas picks it off, and a good find to Kubalik, the leading scorer for the Czech Republic, who leans on this one. And Keith Kincaid, the difference between going left to right and right to left is that he's going into his glove on this one. So you can not only slide, but make the athletic reaction. When you're going the other way with the blocker, like on Repik's goal, it's harder to move after the fact. Beautiful save from Keith Kincaid.
Kubalik in his first men's Worlds, and he is having a tournament.
Free agent right now. He will be in the NHL next year somewhere.
United States, possible 2-on-1. Larkin in front, oh, right through Kreider. And then a big collision, far wall. And very slow to get up as the Czechs move it up ice was number 27, Lee, in front. Pass across, Pasternak. Couldn't get his stick down, the bouncing puck, he couldn't corral it. Back to the point, Jordan fires. Repik tried to pull the trigger. And cleared out of the zone as we'll keep an eye on Lee, who is slow to get up and go to the bench. Linka fanned on it. Gaskin driving off the side of the net. Penalty coming. Extra man out. Slash. And some pushing. McAvoy behind the nets. The Czechs are playing the kind of game they were looking for here in the second period on the power play when we come back. The 14th overall pick in 2016, Charlie McAvoy in the box. And a pretty good look
on
for
the
Czechs.
slash, turning over. We said it before the game. The Czechs won't go away. They won't give it to you. They won't make it easy. You will have to earn your victories versus the Czech Republic, and they have enough quality players that they'll make it tough. Not giving up that third goal early in the second period was huge for Francouz. A couple of those missed chances. And a power play chance to tie it up.
Pasternak has it, far circle. Edjas. Roenick backhands it down low for Jaskin. David Krejci, nice move, far walls. He sets things up on the power play. Krejci found on it, gets it back. Edjas, far circle. Pasternak in front. Edjas tip, scores! What a tip from Edjas. Power play goal. It's 2-2.
Pasternak knew exactly what he was going to do. He's in the far corner. Krejci takes a look at him right here. He points to Roenick because he wants the puck out and around. And the slap pass, homage to the Sedins, the high slot slap pass tip. And Netchas cuts it perfectly. It's so tough to get across from Martinez and tie up the stick of the high slot man. It's got to be delivered with the right velocity at the right angle. But Pasternak knew what he wanted to do when Krejci had the puck in the far corner 8 seconds before the puck got to Netchas' stick in the back of the net.
Martin Netchas, his third goal of the tournament, power play goal. And some jump for the Czech Republic, and the fans that have made the trip, they are having a time right now in the stands, and I'm sure outside in the beer garden as well. Goudreau fires on net, tipped just wide. Another shot. As Atkinson was looking to tip it, picked off and moved to Cervenka. Cervenka bumped off the puck. Battle continues at the blue line. Battle won by the Czechs. Faksa behind the net for the Czech Republic. Swung back to the point. Gudas fakes it. Sulak fires, stop. Big rebound in front. Repik down low behind the goal line. In front, Faksa drives it a few feet wide and all the way out of the zone. And look out, Atkinson driving towards the net. Can Goudreau find him? He cannot, but he keeps it in momentarily as Atkinson was off to the races if Johnny could find him. Buchanitz in front, centering pass, and Kincaid kicked that out. Hedel bumped off the puck by Murphy. Near wall and shipped out of the zone as Buchanitz tried to fire it back in. Ryan taken down, and the Czechs get it deep. Kincaid with Hedel on the move. Kincaid moves it, turnover. And a nice job by McAvoy to settle it down. And the Americans get it up to Kane. Kane stretches it up ahead. Ryan going to the net, in front, Ryan, and driven off the puck. As he was moving in, one of his best looks of the hockey game for Derek Ryan. Jensen's back for the United States. Svensson chips and chases, and away he goes behind Franzus. In front, Ryan's on it. Head up behind the net. Back up to the point. Martinez swings it across. Long shot, tipped twice, rebound in front, and cleared out of the way. Sklenika just in time, up to Jaskin. Bouncing puck, and the bounce is going the Czech way. 3-on-2, shot off the bar, Pasternak. What a chance, the Czechs jumping in the second period. Here's Pasternak. Carries it over the blue line, drops it off. David Krejci protecting the puck. On net, tipped. Jaskin tipped it wide, and Martinez swings it to the far wall. Krejci's on it, chips it to Jaskin. Jaskin for Pasternak over his stick, and more to the cheek. Tries to drive it back in, Anders Lee. Good to see him back on the ice, and up to Larkin. As Larkin will chip and chase. Larkin led the Wings in points this year. First teenager to crack the opening day roster a few years back for Detroit since Mike Sillinger back in 1990. Dylan Larkin, a lot of bright years to come in Detroit, and obviously his head coach is also the head coach here for Team USA, Jeff Blashill. Netchas. His legs are now moving in this hockey game. Down low, Needle. Kubalik battling in the corner. Just over 5 minutes to go in an exciting second period, especially for the Czechs, as they pulled level. Kane with White. That's broken up. Netchas, and it knocked off his stick. And a big collision behind the play.
It's got to be interference. Colin White was nowhere near the puck yet. Good as laid him out.
Play continues. Kubalik on the puck.
And Colin White's feeling that one a little bit slow to change as well.
Faksa has it for the Czech Republic. Faksa with speed around the net. Faksa wheels, dishes it off. Battle continues in the near corner. The Brinkat gets it to Pionk. Long shot all the way around the boards. Bonino tries to keep it in and cannot. It's Cervenka and Plekanec. They go to work. Sent across, broken up nicely at the last minute. Atkinson moving up ice. And that was just in the skates of the linesman. That shot, oh, what a bouncing! Paul Franzus. I know there's gymnastics in the building, but that was a few years ago. That's hockey gymnastics. Goudreau tries to get it in front. And what a chance for the Americans as Pionk over the blue line and just offside. Wow, as Dustin McCrank, the Canadian linesman, number 54, makes the call. We're all tied up at 2.
Too sexy for my love, too sexy for my love, love comes to me.
Mike, when Canada won gold in Prague 2015 Czech Republic, Mike Smith was fantastic playing the puck. Well, we just saw another look. Pavel Franzus, not his best effort, turned over at the boards, and it actually, on the replay, hit just the side of the net. He didn't make the stop, but man, that was close.
He's much better at stopping it than playing it. we'll leave it at that. Johnny Gaudreau been frustrated quite a bit in this tournament with the referees and the slashes into his hands and some of the calls or not. Was irritated after that, probably most because he did in fact hit the side of the net and a pretty good chance.
The Americans just over 4 minutes to go. Shot, Franzus will cover up. And some pushing and shoving behind the play. Franzus led the KHL in save percentage for the second year in a row. Plays in Chelyabinsk.
Here you get a look at it. Franzus plays it around. Gaudreau knows, get it on net, you're in good shape, and he just rings it on the wrong side of the post. This pass from Krejci to Pastrnak is a little bit too far in front on his front foot, so he can't elevate and aim it. He's got to try to slide his top hand further away from his body, losing his control of the direction, and he also catches the side of the net.
Saw Pastrnak, he had a great playoffs, Mike. Led Boston in scoring, making a good run, but
here in the U.S., you do not want to see Krejci and Pastrnak on a 2-on-1.
No.
With Krejci with the puck.
Here's Cervenka. One-time Calgary Flame trying to play it up ice. In the neutral zone, Cervenka at it again as he battles at the far wall, tries to chip it in, picked off by Murphy, the Americans. Coleman has it.
We got Patrick Kane playing quite a bit now with this fourth line. DeBrincat on that turnover that resulted in Repik's goal. Not going to see as much ice the last 10 minutes of this period.
Butcher will give and go as Butcher from the back end driving in. Has it in the near corner. Drops it off for Lee. Lee behind the net. Lee, little sauce up to the blue line. That shot broken up. Cervenka jumps on it. Chipped in by Repik, but his teammates are changing up. Quick pass up ahead. Lee can't get it. Gaskin, little dangle between his skates, and he fires it back in. Kincaid will play it. Kreider loses it. Pastrnak, spinning shot in front, backhand. Gaskin just missed. Back up top, long shot, and that misses the mark. Whistled wide. Skalenka let it go. Under 3 minutes to go. Lee waits, fires wide, bouncing right off the end boards and into the crease, but Franzus alert, covers up, and this now seems to be a theme. And Mike, your point off the top of the broadcast, the Czechs can
irritate,
annoy the Americans,
frustrate, and aggravate the Americans. They're on top of their game, and that's what's happened in the last 15 minutes of this second period. Josef Jandac has got his team playing just the way he wants them to. But they've also been aided by some mistakes by the Americans. The first period was clean, and that U.S. did not turn the pucks over to give the counterattacking opportunities. Not so much for Jeff Blashill and his group in the second period. Too many turnovers at the offensive blue line, allowing the Czechs to counter and get their chances.
States controlling on the face-off. Gaudreau chips it behind the net. McAvoy pinching in. McAvoy behind the goal, works it along the boards, and whipped along the boards all the way to the near wall. Bonino battling for space and for the puck. Hedl steals it and moves it up for Horak. Horak gets bumped to the blue line, slung across, and Hedl wasn't there in time. Horvachik drives it back in. Alec Martinez hits Netjas. Hedl centers, but only Atkinson there. Stretched up ice and hauled down was Gaudreau. As Gudas touches up, and again, play continues.
Johnny Gaudreau with a mouthful for the referee down the play as well.
Barabanov has tied it up over in Copenhagen, so it's 2-2 in their quarterfinal. Payne breaking up the one-timer, but Netjas quick to save himself and gets it to Sulak. Sulak fires, hair flowing, shot on net, and swallowed up by Kincaid. And again,
and here we go.
Chip.
Discipline for the Americans. They've given up a power play goal to Netjas. They've given up the control of the game, and this is just born out of frustration. You're not going to be able to get the Czechs to react to physical play. You're certainly not going to be able to fight them or get them to retaliate. They thrive on this. They bother you just enough, as Sulak will right here. A little poke in the chest from Connor Murphy. I don't know if he got him in the face or that was just the chest, but Sulak goes down. Does he get him actually in the chin? I mean, if he did, it was jersey between the stick and the blade. So whether it's an embellishment, whether it's a dive, whatever, it's a penalty that's going to be called in the World Championships more often than not. And you gotta need more discipline. Jeff Blashill is not complaining about the Connor Murphy penalty. He's saying, what about their team? What about their team? He's saying Connor Murphy's got a stick in the air and Sulak skates right into it. Don't blame my guy for having a stick in the air, calling a slash. Most of this is just politicking for the next call because we know best power play in this tournament has been the Americans. How many power plays have I had tonight? No chances. Here's Jeff Blashill trying to work the referees to get the next one even though they're down right now.
That was the Finnish referee who was talking to Mikko Tafukari. So the Czech Republic, man, good battle back in this hockey game. They were down 2-0. The Netchas power play goal, tying it up at 2. 1:30 to go in the second period. And a crucial kill coming up for the United States as Derek Ryan sweats up to take the face-off, wins it, fired all the way down the ice, right on Franzus as he handles that. Ryan, by the way, the United States top face-off guy, clicking at about 64% coming into this hockey game.
He's one of the better ones in the NHL this year as well, close to 60%. Right shot guy who can dominate the face-off circle. He's got a lot of value in the NHL. And Derek Ryan has found a nice niche down in Carolina, trying to go up against David Krejci. And by winning a face-off while shorthand, you can get it clear. You waste 20 to 30 seconds. Work your way through the penalty kill, all because of a one draw.
There you can see a pretty good shot of the Czech faithful. They're all sort of in that same section. They've been loud. They've been enjoying this second period as their team coming on back. It's Netchas, tips it, shot, didn't get through as Pasternak let it go. Back up to the blue line, kept in. Pasternak waits, fires, deflected, and misses the mark as we're into the final minute of this period. Back up to the blue line as they work it around. Pasternak, far circle. Up top, Pasternak. Shot Netchas, and he whistled that wide. Pasternak hustles and able to keep it in as he works with Hronek up top. Drop for Netchas. Pasternak waits in front, kick stop. And that's fired down the ice, and the Americans able to relieve the pressure. 21 seconds remaining. David Krejci lost it.
Check. Dylan Larkin off the bench, got all the way back to his own end to take it off Krejci.
As Pavel Franzus settles it down. 39 seconds in the power play.
Offside, Cervenka on the near boards was trying to run a route where he started the offensive end and he never got out in time. Because the play originated in the Czech end, the faceoff will go all the way back down with 4 seconds left. Too much time to take the goalie out. We've seen throughout this tournament anywhere under kind of 2.5. Sometimes you need to do it, but not here.
So faceoff to the right of Pavel Franzus, and a few seconds remaining, and the Czechs will start the third period. On the power play, it's Sulak, a big hit right at the whistle behind the net.
And that's all about the dive that he took, about the stick that maybe or maybe not hit him in the chin.
Dylan Larkin voicing his frustration. A great period for the Czechs. They tied up at 2. Your intermission to come next. Lord Aikens, Bob Berry.
Well, the Czechs find a way to creep back into this game with 2 goals in the second period. You've been tasked with the responsibility of going head-to-head with Krejci and Pasternak. What has that challenge been like?
It's been tough. They've been playing a lot. They're coming in waves. But our line, we've done a good job. We've made them defend a little bit. And going into this third period, we got to do it more. And hopefully we can get a goal and finish the game +1. And we're the difference makers in this game.
This is your 4th World Championship. You've been in these tense moments before, so how do you draw on that experience?
We got to stay patient. You know, we got a lot of experience. We got a lot of speed, skill on our side. They got some young defensemen. It's a fast game. We'll see if they can hang in there. We need to stay disciplined. We need to control the puck and try and get on the power play and make the most out of our chances.
Thank you.
Yep, thanks.
It's not about the blade. It's the shaving gel that matters. Nivea Men Ultra Low. For an ultra close shave without irritating your skin. Nivea Men, the art of shaving. Introducing the 2018 IIHF ad. Player statistics. Team statistics. Live updates. And introducing Guessing Game. Predict each game's final score. Win points and compete with hockey fans around the world. From any smart device, in your own language. The 2018 IIHF app, powered by Skoda. Download it now from the Apple App Store and Google Play. Skoda, simply clever.
And the score.
Good, yeah.
And we're ready? Yep, Kicks.
Here we go, Cakes. Fucking right.
Go, baby. Come on.
This has been a very exciting hockey game. Our first quarterfinal at Juska Bank Boxing Arena in a 2-2 tie. Czech Republic battling back. Shots 26-17 in favor of the United States, but Pavel Francouz, give him credit. He's battled hard. A star back home in the KHL in Chelyabinsk, and starring here at the World Hockey Championship, Michael Repik, Martin Netchas. 2 goals to tie it up at 2. Your goal scorers for the United States, Patrick Kane and Cam Atkinson. For the USA and head coach Jeff Blashill, I think a matter of settling things down, playing our game. They had a great first period, Mike, but the tide has tilted after that second period.
That would have been the message for the Americans. Do what we did in the first period. Exactly how we played in the first. Let's play that way again. Clean up the turnovers in the neutral zone. Make the Czechs come 200 feet. If we do that, we should be fine. Got to get through this 30-second kill to start the period, though.
So the United States shorthanded, 19 seconds remaining. Sulak back to touch it up for the Czech Republic. The USA winning the last 2 meetings against the Czechs at the World Hockey Championship. As David Krejci passes, drives the net, shot, stop, rebound. Goes behind the net as Yaskin, who's had a strong game for the Czech Republic. He's been in all the dangerous areas.
The question is, will he be able to see tomorrow? We got that stick in his eye in his first shift. Going to be swelling up by the end of this game, but he has played big in front of the net as he has all tournament.
I don't know, they showed a close-up. I don't know if it was stitched up or like duct tape, but they closed it up.
Put a little glue on there in a pinch. Stitch after the game, glue during.
Whatever it takes. So back to 5-on-5 in a 2-2 hockey game. Puck on the near wall. Bonino chips at it. Johnny Gaudreau gets muscled into the corner. They continue to battle. Gaudreau nearly freed it up.
Finally drew a penalty, though. Or did they... Did he get them both? Johnny Gaudreau, who's not going to be happy about this. As
Czech Republic defense number 9, 2 minutes holding. USA number 13, 2 minutes holding a stick.
So the Czech gets a penalty, Stanica, for holding. And then Johnny Gaudreau gets a penalty for holding the stick. Seems like you can't have both. As Gaudreau absolutely has a stick in his hand there, unless you're saying the initial hold occurred previous to the second one. Johnny Gaudreau has had a mounting frustration with the officiating in this World Championship.
Had his most productive season in the NHL with Calgary this year, 84 points. Bouncing puck off the draw, controlled by the Czech Republic. Gudas drops it off. Haika waits, fires, and hits Gudas in front. In front again, Plekanec whacks away. And a glove goes flying off, and that's the glove of Connor Murphy, I believe, and we'll have a face-off.
Radko Gudas recognizing in a 4-on-4, if you can activate a defenseman, push people back, then you'll open up further offensive options. Now, that's not necessarily his game. His game is to be physical and play defense, but when you're out there 4-on-4, if you want to try to score, you most often have to engage a defenseman.
Radko Gudas in his second straight Worlds, back to Sulak. Sulak fires tipped and deflected into the near corner. Nedjas hoping to get that loose puck. He will not as Butcher. The give and the go. Butcher into the Czech territory. Butcher puts on the brakes, sends that across. Little drop pass from Murphy. Kane fires off a stick, bouncing, and goes behind the goal line. Is that a crease violation?
Yeah, Dylan Larkin got tangled up with Radko Gudas, and as he fell, he actually got a piece of Francouz's stick. And the ref doesn't want to play out for long enough, but that would have been tough for a goal to go in, as Francouz can't get his stick back in between his legs. As Dylan Larkin knows that's a rule. It's very clear, it's called all the time. Crease violation, no penalty, face off outside the blue line.
Chatting with the Slovakian referee, Josef Kubas. As play continues here in the third period, and driving in is Pionk for the United States. Pionk chips it far wall, up to the point, shot high and whistled wide. Quinn Hughes spun off the puck as the Czechs recover, and it's sent up for Repik. And that'll be icing, face off to come all the way in front of Pavel Francouz.
2-2, third period, quarterfinal, 4-on-4. And Blasher with Quinn Hughes out on the ice. It's a big moment for the teenager. Responsibility, all that open ice decision making that has to be on point, because any breakdowns, there are fewer layers of support in behind you. Obviously got the coach's trust.
Ranked 6th for NHL Central Scouting for North American skaters for the draft coming in Dallas. As Filip Hronek starts up ice for the Czech Republic. Repik steps over the blue line, waits and dishes it down low. Hronek. Net by Pionk. And the captain has it. Here's Kane. Out of his own zone, moves it up ice. Hughes stops, tries to protect the puck, spins and chips it down low. Derek Ryan frees it. Kane weaving in the offensive zone. Kane to the far circle. Continues to possess the puck. Drops off. Ryan behind the net. Pushed off the puck. Tries to get some help, but Pasternak steals, chips it, and chases after it. As both minors are over, Stanica, Gaudreau on the ice. Gaudreau in, fires, stopped by Francouz. Johnny Gaudreau, pretty good look after he served that penalty. He's going off now for a change. David Pasternak flips it through the slot. His Boston teammate McAvoy on it, turned over. In the slot, backhand, stop as they drive the net. Yaskin again, right in the dirty, mucky areas as he's looking for a rebound.
Turnover by the U.S. to the wrong group, and David Krejci gets the puck on his stick, and he's trying to find options, and the good one is Dmitry Yaskin barreling in. See, McAvoy works the puck here and turns it over to his teammate, Krejci, and then, yeah, he mentioned, he is just straight shot to the front of the net, and see what happens when he gets there. tension starts to mount a little bit for both sides. This is the game that is so tough to not be successful in when you come to the World Championship.
Johnny Gaudreau up to Bonino as they work it up ice. A shot bouncing behind the goal line, didn't get through. Sklenika quick to jump on it, and the Czechs go the other way. Netjas has it poked off his stick. He's dumped, and Gaudreau, Bonino in, sends that across, and the other way, a possible 2-on-1. Haika drop pass, Netjas, and nice hustle back for the United States as Will Butcher got back in time. Approaching the first 5 minutes gone here in this third period. Deadlocked in this quarterfinal as Gudas moves it up ice. Horak drives the zone, tries to hold it in, and it comes out into neutral ice. Orvachi ships it over the blue line, and Horak works it into the corner. Bouncing in front, a weird Karen with Hedel going to the net, and Keith Kincaid will swallow that up. We saw a lot of weird bounces at Royal Arena in Copenhagen. You just got to be alert.
They have pronounced stanchions, so they're going to be unpredictable. And once you know they're unpredictable, then they're not surprising anymore. You just know they're going to come off the glass differently than the seamless glass. And you know that the boards in both arenas appear to be quite bouncy, a la Joe Louis Arena, where the pucks come quickly back above the goal line. Francouz was sharp with it in the second period to make a good cover. But once you know what's happening, then you're prepared. You react and adjust accordingly.
And keep in mind, the Americans, Kincaid, he's been here the whole tournament. The Czechs came over from Copenhagen. As the Czechs, the number 3 seed in their group, and the Americans, the 2 seed.
We're talking about the quarterfinals are so tough. This is a very difficult matchup. Both these teams could win the gold medal. They could win this entire tournament, but they could also lose this game and go home feeling like they've accomplished absolutely nothing. If you get through this one, at the very least, you're playing in the semis and you're playing for bronze, worst case. But if you lose this one, you just think, what a waste. What a waste of 3 weeks, all that time, all that effort and energy. And that kind of pressure is mounting as the third period ticks off.
USA, their last medal, bronze in 2015 in Prague, Czech Republic, and the Czechs no medal since 2012 when they won a bronze in Stockholm, Helsinki.
Still no power plays for the US in this game.
And they have that number 1 power play in the tournament as Anders Lee takes the puck in. That far corner, little backhand, wanted Larkin. Larkin, Kreider working, Larkin gets dumped behind the goal line.
Trying to draw a penalty, ref's not buying it.
Worked up ice, but that would have been offside as Pasternak goes off for a change. The speed now of Johnny Gaudreau over the blue line. Gaudreau lost it, picked up by Atkinson. Long shot through traffic, and Francouz, an alert save for a face-off in the Czech zone.
Cam Atkinson shows how he creates his space. He's a quick player, not necessarily the fastest, but he's very quick, and he can use that low center of gravity to come out of turns and stops and starts, and it makes him hard to close off in the offensive zone. Put that puck down in the front of the net for Bonino to tip it, not necessarily to score himself.
Kyle Turris, go-ahead hold for Team Canada in the other quarterfinal against Russia. Not sure if he's got his skates on or Barzell's, but maybe he like Matthews.
I'd try Barzell's. If I could skate anything like him, I'd put him on too.
Kind of a garage sale for him just to get the right stuff, but he's on the board over at Royal Arena. Libor Sulak is moving in, centering pass in front, in the slot, backhand through the crease, and just watch Cervenka. Cervenka tied up just enough as the Czechs continue to circle. High centering attempt, bouncing off a stick into the near wall. And finally out of the zone. What a look in front for Cervenka, the captain. Butcher behind his own net as the Americans changing up. Under 14 minutes to go now in this third period. Patrick Kane starts to play up ice, intercepted. Here's Haika over the blue line. Netjas waiting, far wall, up top, shot, deflected, in the slot. Another chance whistled wide by Haika. Netjas couldn't get there in time, and here's Patrick Kane. Kane in with space, Kane fires, scores! captain, Patrick Kane, second of the game. USA up 3-2.
This is why you double shift Patrick Kane, because he can take the puck and make things happen after this glorious chance. What a recovery from Murphy to take Cervenka's stick away. And then a strong play on the wall from Ryan, goes forward side and look out. See you later. Hronek sits him down, and then this perfect shot, post and in. We saw him beat Francouz on the glove side. Same kind of move. He attacks the triangle. Hronek blows a tire trying to catch up to him, and just perfectly placed for the captain, Patrick Kane. You live with some of the defensive deficiencies because he can make plays like that. You got to have him on the ice as much as you can. Brilliant individual effort. Twice now for goals from Patrick Kane.
Now 8 goals in the tournament, 1 shy of Aho for the tournament lead. Now has 19 points, leading the tournament in points. And he continues to reset that American record for points in a single tournament with each shift and each game.
He's just amazing with the puck. He kind of lost his man in the other end when Hronek snuck inside him for that chance for Cervenka, but bailed out, save, and goal going the other way.
USA leading 3-2 on a goal from Kane.
We welcome Lars Vestergaard and Laurits Vestergaard, Skoda fans of the game.
Patrick Kane, 29 years of age, played in his first Men's Worlds when he was 19 years of age, was second in team scoring that year. And all these years later, back in his second Men's World Championship, obviously was busy for a few years, winning those 3 Stanley Cups in the playoffs of the Blackhawks, and a chance to come back. And what a show he is putting on this year in Herning.
It really is something, and he's playing in the wing position, so he can play a bit more and not get tired. He doesn't have the same kind of defensive responsibilities, but the energy that he has at his disposal whenever he gets the puck. He can be a minute into a shift. He can be 80 seconds into a shift. If he gets the puck at some open ice, he still has something left to go. It is just amazing. Pretty similar move on both goals, different sides of the ice. And no answer for either Czech defender.
Here's Kreider, near circle. Ratko Gudas, a nice job to strip the puck as the Czechs bring it up ice. Libor Sulak takes the puck into the corner. Pasternak, Krejci in front. Couldn't get the backhand away as Krejci knocked off the puck by McAvoy just in time. Sulak, slot, fires high off the stick of Martinez. And out of play as the Boston Bruins teammates. Good look at one another there.
Battling in front, trying to get to the front of the net when Sulak has the puck at the point. And Josef Jandac, hands on the hips, thinking, okay, we played really well second half of this game. Second period, we were very good. Third period, we've been fine. We just haven't had an answer for this guy. And sometimes for a coach, there's not that much you can do. When a player beats your players one-on-one, you're in good defensive position, and he's just better than you, not much you can do.
As Cervenka plays it back with Kane watching closely. Hronek sends that across the Brinkat. In the offensive zone with Colin White. 21 games with the Senators this year. There's a turnover. The Brinkat White just stays onside. Kane, spinorama, backhand off the bar.
Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me right now?
A lot of ice, and it's Patrick Kane's world. We're just watching right now. The Brinkat over the blue line. Kane. Netchas fell down trying to tie up Patrick Kane. Pionk on the move, and Kubalik couldn't get there in time, but Patrick Kane, man, is this his tournament or what?
Ooh, we've seen this before. DeBrincat knows who to get the puck to. Good job staying on side. And then look at the stick work, edges, and then elevation on an angle that you don't think is there. And he rings it off the inside part of the post, trying to go onto the bar. You can hang your tongue out like the other athlete from Chicago, Michael Jordan. When you're putting moves like that on, that is amazing stuff for Patrick Kane.
Right off the draw, good opportunity, and somewhere Denny Savard, maybe a slow clap as well. Nice spinorama. Good battle, Benino in front in the crease, but picked off. And the Czechs, led by Haika, moving it up ice. Kincaid swings that out of the reach of Kubalik, who was racing in. As we're getting closer to the midway point of this third period, Haika. Again, bouncing puck, chipped at Bonino. 2 cups for the Pittsburgh Penguins, and Netchas picks his pocket. Netchas passes, drives the net. That attempt, this is wide into the near corner. Netchas back on it. Puts on the brakes, drops it off. Hedl dancing. Hedl in front and just over the stick, and a good opportunity there for Horak in front. Again, shot didn't get through. Near wall, chipped at. Jensen, quick to play it. Hedl off him and into neutral ice. Cam Atkinson right in front of his bench, working on it. And the backhand down the ice by Bonino, and they need a full change, and they will change up. Sulak, he loves to wind up in his own zone and bring it up ice for the Czechs. Broken up, Larkin now on the move. Larkin on Ratko Gudas. Physical play behind the net, Kreider laying the body. Under 10 minutes to go. David Pastrnak taken down mid-ice. Larkin touches up. And there's the call. Larkin, he is hot in this hockey game. Checks the power play.
Too sexy for my love. Too sexy for my love. Love's coming to me.
Team USA, hour 21. 2 minutes for 3 minutes.
Welcome back. The Czech Republic about to go in their 4th power play. The United States, top power play in the tournament, 14 power play goals, yet to have an opportunity. We saw Jeff Blashill do the old Alexander Despatie sign, a little dive. He wasn't very happy with the call. What'd you make of it?
That's a trip. I mean, I can understand being frustrated with calls throughout the game, but that is a flat-out trip, multiple swings. You hit Pastrnak on his skates and he goes down as he's skating past you. It's a trip, and it's a good call.
So another great opportunity for the Czech Republic. Top guns are out there, led by David Krejci, Pastrnak, Jaskin, the offensive guys up front as Ryan at the blue line, able to get it out. Coleman battling in front of the Czech bench, killing off a few more seconds. Derek Ryan watching closely as well. Coleman, Ryan up front for the United States. Bouncing puck, Pastrnak alertly keeps it in, but turned over and fired right on Franzus. What do the Czechs got to do in this power play, Mike?
Get the puck in the offensive zone.
Well, that's a good start.
Get an entry. Once they have the puck, now they're fine. The setup is good. They've scored a goal.
Point shot tipped in front, and David Krejci had a chance in the slot and couldn't get it on net. As the play continues behind the net.
Ooh,
nearly puck over glass.
A foot away from Martinez.
Krejci over the blue line, waits. Long shot, no problem. As Kincaid kicks that aside, and it's dumped down the ice. As Pasternak in that top unit, they'll go off for a change. 47 seconds now in the man advantage. Of course, you saw Ned Chas early in the game, the lovely tip on the power play as Heika swings it across. McAvoy finds it, chops it down the ice.
Heika's got so much speed there, no need to pass. You can skate that all the way in behind the net and set it up yourself.
Libor Sulak's turn. Reels in, drops it off. Heika advances it into the zone. Kincaid on a tee for Martinez. And a nice bounce off the stanchion there. That was a friendly bounce to the United States as it comes down the ice. Martinez 2 Stanley Cups with the Kings and had a Stanley Cup clinching goal as well against the Rangers. Cervenka, time winding down, up to the point. Skalinka sends it across. Shot. Didn't get through. Back to 5-on-5. Power play is over. Larkin, stretch pass, and Atkinson would have been in, but Sulak, what a job to lay out and break that up. Back into the slot area. Puck bouncing around, and Hedl settles it down and has it for the Czechs. Hedl, first rounder of the Rangers. Will drop that off. David Krejci slings it in. Thomas Buchanitz behind the net. Tried to cycle it around. That's broken up. Kept in. Buchanitz on net. Fires off the side of the net. Touches the bar and stays out. Buchanitz is a guy who has been snake bitten in this tournament. Turnover. Johnny Gaudreau behind the net in the slot. And upended just enough was the captain, Kane. Tried to go far circle, deflected off Jordan's stick and out of play as a Czech fan will get a souvenir.
Rare miss for Patrick Kane trying to hit the seam. The one time the Czechs did get the puck in the zone on the power play, tee shot, point shot from Roenick, and the chance in front for Krejci. All alone, gonna find a hole he can. Nice blocker down by Kincaid. Dominic Hasek-like. And you mentioned that diving play from Sulak, who was an excellent skater, but was late in his shift and was not gonna catch Cam Atkinson, so he sells out. If he misses that, then the back check is over and Atkinson is in alone clean. But he gets it, disrupts the play.
Pierre-Luc Dubois and Anisimov scoring goals. They're trading blows in Copenhagen, tied up at 4, under 6 minutes to go. And we got a good one here as well. United States up 3-2. Face-off controlled by the Czechs in their own zone. Chipped up ice. David Pasternak in his skates. Kicks it up ahead, but Anders Lee meets him and gets it in deep. Radko Gudas, nice job from Lee. Intercepts. Dylan Larkin has it in front. Kreider tried to swing it across and couldn't set up Lee. As the Czechs stretch it up, Pasternak, Jaskin on the move. Pasternak, slap pass in front, in the slot, back to the point. Skalinka fires, and that stop. Rebound available and cleared out of harm's way all the way down the ice. And look at the Americans, pretty tired in a face-off back in the USA zone.
Not a bad decision, though, to ice that puck. They're running around. Nice slash through the seam from Krejci to create the offense zone. And Keith Kincaid, very aggressive, and no Czech players there anywhere near him to make that save more difficult.
Under 6 to go, third period, face-off, controlled by the Czechs. Stanika gets it below the goal line. Cervenka spinning away in front, side of the net. As the Czechs continue to control. That pass broken up to Anders Lee. As Kreider found him, Lee is going to backhand it and offer a change. The Americans trading up. Repik waits, spins, fires it in deep. Will Butcher trying to steal it, can't. Jamaica, slot, shot, Repik. Turned away from Kincaid, another redirect right through the slot area, nobody home. Stoninka pitching in, he touches it. Faxa up to the point, Jordan, pump fake, tip, bouncing puck in front of Kincaid. They continue to slap at it, and a possible chance for the Americans, but broke it up nicely as Jordan alertly knocked that down. Atkinson now, he's got that get up and go. When he smells an opportunity, he's ready to rip up ice. And that shot high and out of play with under 5 minutes to go here in Henderson, USA, up by 1. Welcome back to Herning. And just a reminder, the winner of this game will move on and take on the winner of Sweden-Latvia in the semifinals. Face-off controlled by the Czechs. Shot deflecting in front. Kincaid falling back, but got enough to keep it out.
A one-handed tip effort from Kubalik.
Patrick Kane near the Czech blue line. As the Czechs running out of time in this hockey game. Down low for Heika. Back up for Morvachik. Cycle on, shot, glove stop, Kincaid. And no one loves spinning his stick more than net shots before a face-off, after a chance, after a goal. He loves flipping that stick around.
He's got a lot of flair for a young guy, and this is the danger, though, when you put DeBrincat out in the ice late in the game, because switch off with Colin White. Now DeBrincat's playing down low, and you don't want that of the United States. He's too young, too inexperienced, not the cleanest with his reads. He got a little lost in the defensive zone, and allowed Netchas to get that shot in on net.
Just a reminder, too, different OT format if needed. It's 4-on-4 for 10 minutes. We had 3-on-3, obviously, in group play. Changes as we approach that gold medal game. As Martinez off the draw, controlled by the Americans, sends it up ice. Pasternak back for the Czechs. Turnover, Larkin in, fires, glove save, Francouz. And for a frustrated young man, that would have felt pretty sweet for Dylan Larkin. Great chance in the slot.
Solid defensive positioning, nice read, turning it over from Pasternak, and likes to go with the snapshot instead of the slapper. Leans on it, pretty good thought inside the circles, and Francouz makes a save he has to. Every time your goalie bails him out, it's nice to say thank you very much. Try not to do that again. Go get you a tire.
Larkin in his 4th consecutive Worlds. Only 21 years of age, turning 22, so some great international experience. And you know, sooner than later, it'll be playoff experience for him in the National Hockey League. As Jensen picks it up ice. Hedl is right through that blue paint, but he makes the steal. And neutral ice, drives in Hedl. Kincaid plays it up to Gaudreau. Good puck battle now behind the net. And Jensen picks it up with just over 3 minutes to go. Benino flips it in deep. Atkinson blows the tire, and that line changing up. Pasternak, Krejci. And these guys will see a lot of ice time now with the situation critical for the Czechs. Pasternak along the boards. Stoninka hustles, keeps it in, gets it back in deep. Pasternak behind the net. Yaskin parked in front. Stoninka again answers the call, gets there in time, keeps it in. McAvoy checking his man, bouncing puck, and I don't know, enough steam? I guess so, icing.
2:29 to play. Dylan Larkin wins a puck battle down below the goal line and elects to go with the high flipper. As Vinny Prospol and Josef Jandac have been going at it now for a while. And I think after that one, the Czech Republic will take their timeout with 2.5 left. I'm surprised, given that the Americans were tired and there's still plenty of time left. I mean, they've been working on this play for quite some time. We know that much. Vinny Prospol on the whiteboard talking to all the guys on the ice, but given the situation that the Americans were fresh off an ice, they were a little bit fatigued, I think I would have tried them looking for a quick drop and play it out with a tired defending team on the ice. I don't know if they're going to take the goalie out at this point. And it looks like, I don't see Francouz heading back to the net. He wants to check in. And up he goes. So they're going for it early. He wants the full 2.5 to go.
So the Czechs, they're all in our first quarterfinal. 2 minutes, 29 seconds remaining. Face-off in the American zone to the right of Keith Kincaid. Controlled by the Czechs. Sulak fans on it, breaks his stick, and look out, empty nets. Coleman sends it across. Larkin tied up by Jordan. Can't find the open cage. Larkin working behind the net in the slot. Anders Lee, oh, kick stop in front as he couldn't bury it. Lee swinging at it. Jaskin able to pick it up. What a chance for the United States to ice it, but the Czechs still alive. Under 2 minutes to go. Lee watching things closely. The Czechs changing. David Pastrnak makes the pass. He'll set up for the Czech Republic behind his own net. Pastrnak, who led the Czechs in scoring at last year's World Championship. And that'll be whistled down all the way down the ice, so obviously the netminder has to come back in Francouz.
Some bad timing for Sulak. Busts his stick up, but Blake Coleman never gets his head up in time. He puts Larkin in a tricky spot. He can't handle it clean. I think if Coleman could do that all over again, he'd pass it earlier. And then David Pastrnak said thank you very much to his goalie. Now he plays goalie, keeping his team alive with a block shot in front of Francouz. I think Coleman either drives that wide and shoots it himself, or passed it earlier over to Lee. Did neither, and we still have a game.
Bonino wins a big-time draw for the United States. Back to Martinez. Chips it down low for Kreider. Kreider with Kane below the goal line. Backhand pass, and Jordan picks that off. Turnover. Kane killing off some more precious seconds. Kreider lays the body on Jaskin. As the Czechs get it to David Krejci. Francouz desperate to get out of his net. As we approach the final minute in this quarterfinal, Haika over the blue line with speed. There goes Francouz. Kubalik, extra attacker out. Point shot high and whistled wide as the extra attacker is out. Krejci to the near wall. Kubalik down low. Haika trying to help Krejci out behind the net. McAvoy working hard. Just kept in. Turnover. United States can't clear. Look out. Kubalik in. Fires and he can't get it through. Great shot block. Martinez laid out. 30 seconds remaining. As that was sent cross ice for Krejci, deflected out of play, and what an opportunity.
What a nice desperation block from Martinez. McAvoy turns it over the blue line. Any play out of the blue line, the game might be over with an empty netter. He doesn't get it out, and he forces his partner to sell out. With a 2-on-1, almost 3-on-1 down to the net, Martinez takes it away. A little debate now about what side the face-off will be on. Krejci wanted it on the other side where it's a stronger, and so does Larkin. He wants it on his left side as well where it's a stronger pull. So late change because depending on what side it's on, they want a couple centermen out there.
A huge face-off. Krejci, Larkin, controlled by the Americans as Keith Kincaid plays it to Coleman. Flipped high into the Czech zone. Anders Lee on the move with Ratko Gudas as Lee lays the body. 15 seconds remaining. In front, Larkin waiting, fires, and that's stopped in front. Gudas made the save. Netjas tries to work it up ice. Time winding down. 2 seconds remaining. One last shot will miss, and the United States off to the semifinal at this year's World Hockey Championship.
Fantastic game between the U.S. and the Czechs. The Americans had the high-end skill. There just was no answer for Patrick Kane. In this game, he was the difference maker for the Americans as they head off to Copenhagen in the semifinals to play the winner of Sweden, Latvia tonight.
The Czech fans disappointed. What a game for the captain, Patrick Kane. 2 goals. They win 3-2, and they're off to the semifinals.
The best players of each team will be awarded with the official awards by Tissot, official timekeeper of the 2018 IIHF Ice Hockey World Championship. The prizes will be presented by, for Team USA, Gavin Regan, USA Hockey Vice President, International Council, and for Team Czech Republic, Ales Pavlik, Vice President of the Czech Ice Hockey Association. And the best player of Team Czech Republic is number 26, Mikhail Repik. And the best player of Team USA is number 88, Patrick Kane. Ladies and gentlemen, now the award of the 3 best players of each team of the tournament will be presented by Infront, the official marketing and media partner of the IIHF. The 3 best players awards are selected by each team and will be presented by Ales Pavlik, Vice President of the Czech Ice Hockey Association. And the 3 best players of Team Czech Republic is number 18, Dominik Kubalik, number 46, David Krejci, and number 88, David Pasternak. And ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of USA. And your official merchandise today, don't forget to visit the NIIHF merchandise tent in the fan zone. And we kindly ask you to remember all your belongings when you leave the arena and look forward to welcoming you again. And don't forget to get your tickets for the final games of the 2018 IIHF World Championship. Tickets can be bought at ticketmaster.tk.
Well, a difficult opponent today in the Czechs. They were throwing everything at you, but you overcome them 3-2. What goes into a performance like this?
Just contributions from everyone. Everyone had to do their job tonight. I thought we did a great job of, keeping our composure. Obviously, not getting a power play throughout the game is a little bit frustrating. So, the boys were pretty aggressive on the bench, but at the same time, we were excited to play. We knew being up 2-0, we had to play better than we did. They got back to 2-2 and scored a goal there in the third and was able to shut the door. So contributions from everyone, though.
Last we spoke, we were talking about why you wanted to come to the World Championships, and you said that you would regret it if you didn't represent USA. You come into this performance today leading the charge with 2 goals. How motivated are you to win gold in this tournament?
Well, yeah, that's that's the biggest thing. I think we were talking today. We wanted to play to win, so whatever that takes. And they, like you said, they took it to us there in the third period. They had more shots than we did. Probably controlled most of the play. We sat back a little bit, but at the same time, we got the win. Learned from this one. We're moving on. Be fun to go to Copenhagen and play some semi-final games here and get ourselves ready for that in a couple days. But it's been fun so far, and I've enjoyed my time here.
So next up, it will be either Sweden or Latvia. How much attention will you be paying to that game tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know it was one of those 2 games. I didn't know if I didn't know what the situation was, but Sweden obviously great team, won it last year, and Latvia gave us some trouble early on in the tournament as well as Canada. So either opponent will be a tough matchup for us.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And what about you? Yeah, show us what's in yours. And choose only the best that Czech lands offer. Go and simply follow your heart. Only this way will you find your own.
Well, you knew it was going to be a difficult task today going head-to-head with the U.S. They were settled here. They were familiar with the surroundings. You guys just getting acclimated to it. Do you think that that played a factor at all, just adjusting to your surroundings?
No, hard to tell. We lost the first period 2-0. It's hard to come from behind against a team like that. It cost us a lot of strength in the second period, and it's just tough luck and I mean, it's so unfortunate, you know, we can get over a quarterfinal last couple of years and it's in our heads, and yeah, it's frustrating.
I'm sure it is, and you guys were going head-to-head with the Dylan Larkin line. They weren't giving you very much space out there. How challenging was it going up against them?
Well, you know, they're all good players playing in the best league, you know, so that's their job. You know, they did it well. You know, I still think we had a couple chances there. You know, we didn't go enough to the net, or actually we were there, but we didn't pick up those second opportunities, which you know, they were there, the rebounds, and we didn't get them.
You bounce out of the playoffs with the Bruins. You make a decision to come here. Are you still happy that you did come?
Yeah, I mean, you know, for me it's always an honor to put this jersey on, and you know, I wanna usually when you fight for one thing 9 months, you know, then you lose, then you try to go here and try to win it for your country, you know. And how I said, it's frustrating. The last couple of years we can get over quarterfinal, and you know, I think we might overthink it a little bit before game, and instead we just go and play. You know, how I said, I think we overthink these things a little bit too much. You know, we need to play our game, and I think, you know, that's what we do in group, and that's why we always play good in a group.
Thank you.
Thank you.